following CITC 2323. This is lab 3.2 for recovering servers. In this video, we cover how to restore a folder using Windows Server Backup, restore the system stay away system, restore a file using shadow copy, and booting into safe mode. And the last thing we're doing is using command prompt tools. Let's go ahead and begin with objective 3.2, exercise 9.1, restoring a folder using Windows Server Backup. So let's go ahead and begin. The first thing we'll be doing is going into our server 2, and inside of here we're going to our file explorer, into our C drive, users, and then public. And from here we'll be deleting the public folder. On server 2 we'll be using the server manager, and we'll be opening up the Windows Server Backup, and then we'll be click on local backup, and we'll be selecting recover, and then we'll be selecting this server and selecting the backup, and then file and folders, server 2, expanding it, locals, users, and we'll be selecting public, as we will be recovering all the public folders that we just deleted, and recover it to the original. And we'll just run its course real quick, and after this we should have the recovery of the public folder, which we do, which you can see at 3:05 p.m., which is the time now that it has been recovered. Let's go ahead and begin with exercise 9.2, restoring the system state of the system. So we're inside of our server 2, and we're going into our tools, Windows Server Backup. From here, so the server went ahead and rebooted automatically, and as you can see, it says that the system state recovery operation has successfully been completed. So let's go ahead and begin with exercise 9.3, restoring a file using shadow copy. So we're inside of server 1, and we'll be opening up File Explorer and going to our C drive, and we'll be right clicking Corp Docs into previous versions. And from here we'll be clicking the first one in the list, and we'll be doing copy, and we'll be selecting desktop, which is default for our shadow copy location. Okay, and then let's go over to our desktop, and then let's just verify that there has been a shadow copy made, which in this case there is. Okay, and let's just move on to the next exercise. Let's go ahead and begin with exercise 9.4, booting into safe mode. So in this exercise, we'll be logging into server 2 as a CentOS administrator, which we already are. We'll be going into our command prompt. We'll be typing in shutdown /R//O, and Windows will shut down in less than a minute. I'm just gonna wait for it to happen real quick. And as you can see, it is restarting. be choosing the troubleshoot option. For advanced options, we'll be choosing startup settings, restart, in the advanced boot options, we'll be selecting safe mode. And it's gonna boot into it. Okay, so now we're going to just kind of log in as the Contoso administrator again. And as you can see, it says safe mode on the corner of my desktop. We'll be clicking start, typing msconfig, and system configuration, selecting the boot tab, and you can see that the boot entry is right here. The services tab, and you can see all the services that are running, and you can select hide all Microsoft services. You can select OK, and now close the system configuration. Then select the start tab and type comp management dot Microsoft service. And that should open up the computer management. And then from here, we'll be expanding event viewer, window logs, and we'll be reviewing the system logs and the application logs. And from there, you can see if there's any problems that would troubleshoot any kind of problems that you're having. See if you can find any logs, but as it stands, there isn't really. This is just a lab. If there was a problem, you would know what to do, and then put it in safe mode or whatnot. Okay, so go ahead and close out the computer management. We're using the File Explorer, and we'll be navigating to our C drive, and then we're going to locate the ntbt log.txt file. So let's go into our Windows. Where is it? There it is. And with the NBT, it's pretty much a boot log, and it will tell you everything that is loaded up with it. And that will conclude exercise 9.4, booting into safe mode and going over the tools. Let's go ahead and begin with exercise 9.5. And this exercise we'll be using command prompt repair tools. So pretty much in this exercise we'll be booting to a command prompt and then executing several command prompt tools that can be used to fix the boot problems. So go ahead and log into our server 2, which we have open right now. And we'll be doing something similar to the last exercise. And we'll be command prompt. And we'll be doing shutdown /R/O. And yes, and we're just gonna give it a second. Okay, now it's restarting. And be choosing the troubleshoot option. Command prompt. And it should be booting with the command prompt. Okay, and select administrator. And I'm just gonna type the password like as usual. Okay, so now we're in the command prompt. We're gonna execute the following commands real quick. Boot rec. Okay, and that will give you a list to repair critical disk structures, as you can see, and it'll show you about 4 commands. So from here we want to do boot rec /fix mbr, and fix mbr writes the master boot record of the system partition. Let's expand this a little bit. Using the master boot record compatible with Windows, this operation does not overwrite the existing partition. So boot rec /fix mbr, and you can see the operation completed successfully. Now we'll be executing disk part, which is disk partition, and you can see the version, copyright, computer. That'll pop up, and it should forward you over to the disk partition command prompt in a minute. So okay, there it is. So now we're gonna be typing question mark to see the list of following commands we can use. So there it is, and we'll be typing list disk as the first one to see all the disk, list volumes, and you can see the volumes. So let's go ahead and exit out the partition. From here we'll be changing the boot time to about 30 seconds. So to change it, we'll be typing in bcd edit /timeout 10. So the default boot time to display the boot menu on multi-boot systems is 30 seconds. And we're going to change that to 10 seconds. And you can do that with this following command. So I'm just going to press enter. To export the BCT store to the C drive on our server, we'll be executing the following command. BCD edit /export C/BCD store. and you can see the operation successfully being completed. So let's go ahead and exit another command, bct edit /, and you can see the list of commands involved bct. Scroll to the top, bct.x command line to modify as a boot configuration data store. So the boot configuration data store contains boot configuration parameters and controls how the operating system is booted. These parameters were previously in the boot ini file, the BIOS, but you can use that bct edit to add, delete, edit, or pin entries in the boot configuration data store. And here's the commands that involve it. So to rebuild the BCD, let's execute the following command: /rebuild BCD. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so when we type in boot edit, we boot rec rebuild, and that's still not working either. Okay, let's see. Paying attention. Okay, so that will rebuild the BCD boot rec, and then it will scan all of this as it says. Successfully scan installations, and the operation has been successfully completed. And that's how you do the command prompt utilities in repairing a boot problem. In this video, we cover how to restore a folder using Windows Server Backup, restore the system's DOA system, restore a file using shadow copy, and booting into safe mode. And the last thing we're doing is using command prompt tools.